Hi, my name is Daniela, and in today's short video I'm going to show you how to read bead crochet row patterns. You will most likely see patterns created in JBead software that looks like this. Older version of this software was dbbead. To read these patterns, it is important for us the graphic visualization of the finished bead crochet row, which you can see in this thread graph marked simulation. That's how the finished bead crochet row will look. Of course, you see only one side of the bead crochet row there, so you cannot string the bead from this graph. For now, we don't need to pay attention to the two graphs on the left. These graphs give you the stringing order, but don't show you much of how the end result will look. I will talk about these graphs in next video, in which I will explain how to make bead crochet row patterns. So let's take a look at these details above. The most important for us is circumference. It means how many beads are in one row. Another useful information is repeat of colors and rows per repeat. Repeat of colors means how many beads we have to string to repeat the pattern, and rows per repeat means how many rows of the beads we have to string to repeat the pattern. In fact, we don't need to pay very much attention to the other information, such as total number of rows and total number of beads, because the most of the patterns we can find on the internet are not for the full length of the bead crochet row. They don't show, for example, the full length of the necklace, but usually only 1, 2 or 3 repetitions of the pattern, and it's completely okay, it doesn't matter. One repetition of the pattern is enough to make the length of the bead crochet row we want. For example, there is one repetition of the pattern. More repetitions of the pattern are good for a better idea how the finished bead crochet row will look. For example, in this pattern you can see two repetitions of the pattern, the first and the second. These color squares with numbers show all colors used in the pattern, and the number on the left shows how many beads of this specific color are in the whole pattern. Again, we don't need to pay very much attention to the information about number of beads, because as I have already said, the most of the patterns you can find show only few repetitions of the pattern, not the full length for the whole bead crochet row, so usually you will need much more beads than the patterns say. So now we are getting to the very important part of the pattern, which is the list of the beads. According to this list, we string beads on the thread. In bead crochet, you string all beads before you start crocheting, and you don't cut the thread from the ball of yarn. As you crochet, the beads will move down the thread as you use up the available thread. The number next to the color square indicates how many beads of this color we have to string. And we read the list of the beads from top to bottom and from left to the right. That means that according to this list we string 1 black bead, 13 gold beads, 3 black beads, 2 gold beads, etc. This way we get to the end of the column where are 2 black beads, and then we continue with the second column also from top to bottom. So we string 2 gold beads, 1 black bead, 8 gold beads, and so on. We continue this way to the end of the last column where is 1 black bead. When we string all these beads, we will have one pattern repeating, which is this section of the bead crochet row that corresponds to these 570 beads, that is 38 rows of 15 beads. And then we start stringing from the beginning again, so 1 black bead, 13 gold beads, and so on. Once you have strung 570 beads, which is one repetition of the pattern, string a small piece of paper or some other separator. When you complete the second repetition of the pattern, line it up with the first repetition and check if they are the same. You can easily identify possible mistakes. You always have to string the complete repetition of the pattern, because if you string, for example, only half of it and then start crochet, the pattern would be wrong, of course. And for the sake of completeness, you can use every chart to make bead single or double crochet rope. There is no difference between charts for bead single and double crochet. So, it would be all about reading bead crochet patterns. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments below. In the next video, I will show you how to make these bead crochet row patterns, so don't forget to subscribe. Bye!